Good afternoon. It's July 7th, I think. Is it the 7th or the 8th? It's the 7th. And I'm starting over here by where the dentist was, where I started one time before, because my daughter's in there. So I decided to drive her over and then walk home, just to vary the terrain a little bit. And that's why it's also later in the day, a different timing than usual. It's quite a nice day. It's only about 20, 21 today. It was only 12 this morning when I got up. Would have been a chilly walk this morning, actually, had I gone then. So we'll just start working our way home from here and see where that takes us. I don't have a walk light, but the light just turned green, so we'll take our chances getting across here. I often walk over in there by the tree farm, but I'm going to go down past Robertson Plaza and walk down on that side of this street, which is 23rd, in case you're wondering. This is Roberts Plaza again, which I pointed out before. I've been doing some nonfiction this morning. It's the main thing I've been working on. Once I get back, I'll finish that up and then hopefully have time to either work on the Tangled Stars or edit another short story for Shapers of Worlds Volume 2, my anthology that I kickstarted, featuring authors who were guests during the second year of my podcast, The World Shapers, www.theworldshapers.com. Kind of going the wrong way here, but I'm going to start heading to the west, which will take me eventually to Albert Street, and I'll go through Lakeview to get home from there. I have walked along here before, but I'll probably be on some different roads, part of the way anyway. There's the Heritage Alliance Church I pointed out before, by Kirk in Vancouver. Tennis court there. Belongs to this complex, I would think. Which has a name, which is on this sign. It's called Wascana Estates. A lot of things called Wascana around Regina. Wascana Estates. Oh, that car's not barking up, backing up. Changed its idea about which way it wanted to go, I guess. Well, the car didn't, the driver did. We always talk about cars as if they drive themselves sometimes. Look what that car's doing. Well, it's not the car, it's the driver. Getting close to lifting the health restrictions this Sunday. Can't wait. If I walk around the lake this Friday, well, it'll be later if I do, because I have some other things to do, but I'll still follow the one way, but as soon as those restrictions are gone, I'm walking the opposite direction. After that, I'll vary to Cannington Mews. I'm not sure I can get out at the other end, so I won't go that way. Oof. Actually kind of walking south now, so I want to turn to the right here. It's a crescent though, so that won't get me too far. Do I want to follow Motherwell Crescent? See where it goes? Sure, why not? I've actually got Map My Walk turned on finally. It's an app I have, and I've been meaning to turn it on every time I go out. And after 125 walks, I finally remembered today. That way I know how far I walked by the time I get to the end of it. At the moment I'm going in the right direction, but it's going to curve, and I don't know, it may just take me back the way I came. We'll see. Don't have much to talk about, I guess. Took my daughter to the farmer's market this morning because she's working at a BC fruit supplier, family friend. It's been coming to the farmer's market for years. So she makes a little extra money during the summer doing that. There's somebody down this way somewhere I'm supposed to drop off books to for backing the Kickstarter. And of course I don't have them with me. And if I did, that would be awkward. Walking and carrying 5 books, which is what that would be, because it was the Song of the Sword, Shards of Excalibur series. That starts with Song of the Sword. Well, this continues to take me in a loop, but hopefully there's a cross street up here. That'll then take me on to the east. Sorry, the west. Again, getting my directions mixed up. Squirrel. I heard him. Couldn't catch him on camera though. Gotten so used to walking with one hand up holding this thing. Probably start doing it even when I'm not carrying it. It's not a habit. Well, Motherwell Crescent didn't loop me all the way back around to Hillsdale, I don't think. So this is should be an east-west cross street up here. I should try recording in 4K. It wouldn't stream in 4K, it'll stream in 720. But assuming I have space on the phone, I could put it up on YouTube in 4K. Take a long time to upload and process though. Probably not really worth it. The schoolyard up here. And that's an outdoor rink directly ahead of us, but The ice is not currently in. Having been 36 degrees last week and 20 something this afternoon. Okay, well, at least this is the right direction to get me towards Albert. That time of year when you keep running into unexpected construction when you drive around too. So you'll think you're taking the best route, the route you've always taken somewhere, and next thing you know, you can't go that way. Oh, Scott Street, okay. Well, Scott Street will take me up to right up to the park. So I haven't wandered too far astray. We'll keep going this way. More interesting. And I don't think I've walked along here until today. There's construction signs up there, but I don't think the sidewalk's blocked. So I edited 2 stories yesterday, James Allen Gardner and, or was it just one? Did his for sure. I'm doing them in alphabetical order. As they're listed on the front. So, you know, I had Susan Forrest and Candace Jane Dorsey and Helen Dale up to the G's. Now, Barb Hambly would probably be the next alphabetically, but that's a reprint. And they're kind of the end of the list, so get to hers later. Don't expect much editing with reprints except to make them match my style, and I use Canadian spelling at Chautauqua Press, so that often takes some close local traffic only. Yeah, well, I'm local traffic. What is this though? Is this a crescent or a place, or what is this? I don't want to get. No, it's a crescent. Well, it'll probably just take me around and bring me around if I go down there, so we'll stay out here. Got to slow down to 30. Oh, it would appear that the road is entirely gone up there. Also a crescent. I'm not going that way. The sidewalk's there, but too hard to get to it. So I guess we'll go south a little further. One of those streets where there's only sidewalk on one side. But I like the ones where the sidewalk is inside the trees as opposed to right on the curb. So far, only one hello from anybody on Facebook or YouTube. If you're there, say hi. At the moment I can see things because I'm in the shade. This is stretching out my walk, going further and further south. I have to make all this ground up when I head back up Albert. don't know how far this is going to take me before I can move to the right. I may end up all the way down at Parliament. If I do, it's a half-hour walk from there home, once I'm on Albert Street. It's maybe a longer walk than some. That's okay. There is a street to the right here, if it's a street and not a crescent. Looking for a sign. Give me a sign. There is no sign. But there's cars coming from that way, so I think it goes quite a distance in the way I want to go. There's also a sign here that says, "Do not walk." Oh, I know where we are. All right. Well, I certainly came down further than I anticipated. But I know where I am. It has, in fact, brought me all the way to Parliament. Where I can get over and head back to the north. That shouldn't surprise me too much. I had an opportunity back there when I got to Scott Street. I could have gone up. I should have taken that. The church here, and then this is a high school, the Boldus. Been in there once or twice. That's where they did the improv games, and my daughter was in improv in grade 11 and grade 12. Grade 11, I think their team came second, maybe. But in grade 12, they won and went on to nationals in Ottawa, which was very exciting. And they placed second in the country at nationals. And there was even a CBC Web series focusing on the improv games. They got interviewed for that, which was very cool. My wife actually was in Ottawa for an engineering function, so she actually got to go to it, and I watched it on the computer at home. Catholic school, you can probably guess by the cross. Dr. Martin the Boldus Catholic High School. Also has tennis courts next to it. Actually, this isn't Parliament, it's not sure, actually, what this cross street is. Or is it Parliament? The Boldus? Yeah, this is Parliament, yeah. Now, we could walk through the schoolyard. I'll probably take us somewhere. If we can get through. And I'm not just trapping myself. Who's there? Oh, hi, Theodore. You can see the T.C. Douglas building up there. So these are the condos that are fairly new, directly in front of us. Over here is the backside of a sort of seniors retirement condo complex. And the red brick building up there is Regina Christian School. Now, that was originally a boys' school, I was told on a previous walk. Here we are in the football field for the Boldus. I'm just hoping there's a way through up here. And I'm not about to get myself trapped and have to go back the way I came. There's a fence to my left. There's a fence to my right. Stand up, sit down, fight, fight, fight. Oh, anyway, There's this side of Leopoldus High School. Those look like so-called temporary classrooms, which have become permanent. There's a lot of long grass there. Is there a path of some sort, or do I have to wade through the grass? It looks like there might be a drainage ditch, too. Maybe over here, it's at least cut. No way through there without climbing over the fence, which I'm not going to do. There's Roberts Plaza way over there where I started, peeking up. I think I should be able to somehow get through here. The fence ends, and then you've got the Regina Christian school ground there. They got bushes growing right on the corner there, but I think I should be able to get through here. I'm not the first to go through here, you can tell by the beaten down grass. There we go. Oh, those are just under construction. That's how new they are. So Albert Street is over there, just past those trees. There's actually like a low rope or something trying to keep people out of here, but it didn't work, did it? So I could walk over to Albert. Maybe I'll do that. We'll follow this path. Soccer field, obviously. Regina Christian Schools is K to 12, so they have all ages, which is why they're not just a high school, which is why they have a playground as well. Oh, there's a fence. I don't know if I can get through there or not. This path only goes to here, and I suspect there's a fence that I can't actually get through. So I'll stick to my original plan, which was to go this way. Should have stuck to my guns to begin with. There's a gate. I don't have to step over the rope. Kids playing basketball over here. Pretty hot place to play on a hot day with all that brick and concrete. So, as you can see, I went way out of my way since I actually started at Roberts Plaza that's sticking up past those lower buildings there. If I'd walked straight this way, I would be most of the way home by now. But I did want to stretch it out a bit. Working away on that. I think that was the first new ones they built here. It's right there a few years ago. It's the T.C. Douglas building over there. The McKinsey Art Gallery's in there, and that's also one of the major government buildings. I think the health department's in there, which would make sense since Douglas was the father of Medicare in Canada. The gym's open too. Maybe they're having a basketball camp or something, because the gym is open. Or they're just doing summertime cleaning and all that sort of stuff. School is not in session. So it's a fine old building. Interesting older style architecture. Now they're working all along Albert Street, so I'm going to go over into Lakeview and walk back in there. You can see that work's going on for blocks. Working on sidewalks or something. I don't really know what they're doing. Curb replacement, maybe? I don't know. You can see down there, lots of construction. But we'll go into the residential area to walk home from along. I know I've started by going down this street, so I'll go another one down to start back. Or I could go down the alleys, of course. They're always different. Yeah, but perhaps not as interesting. Every once in a while I take them to be different. It's been a while since I walked down this way, heading back from down here. The gardens and everything have certainly come along. Something familiar about this house on the corner. I think it's actually a care home. When we were looking for potentially someplace for my mother-in-law, although as it turned out she never moved into a place, but we did explore a few of them. I'm sure this is one right here that we were in. I remember it wasn't too bad. What's it called? A lot of cars along here, so I won't try to cross. I was going to go take a closer look. I can't actually read the script very well. Another little free library. See Stephen King and John Grisham. I don't know why I'm not in there. Our house originally had awnings. They went out of favor, but they do help keep houses cooler when they don't have air conditioning, I think is why they mainly existed. Keep the sun from beating on the windows. First thing we did when we moved into our old house, knowing I was going to be working from home upstairs, was to put in air conditioning. It's made a huge difference. I'm going to go to the other side if I can because there's more shade. We can take this alley. I need to move over another block. Excuse me. This one looks interesting because it curves a little bit. We'll go this way. A bit of green space there. It's a little park. Yeah, just a little tiny bit of green space. Don't know if it has a name as a park or not, but it's clearly intended to remain a green space. I usually get barked at. There's a whole new fence here that just goes on and on, like everybody on this side pitched in to build a fence along the entire alleyway. That's what it looks like. Unless it's somehow a city thing, but I don't think they usually do that sort of thing. Well, I guess maybe all the houses over there, they all look alike, so maybe it was a developer thing for that block. Beats me. A brand new piece of road. Very smooth. Oh, that is that development. Okay, now I know where. There's a kind of a cul-de-sac here. I don't know if they're condos, like detached condos or houses, but it's this little cul-de-sac. That's why that fence was the same behind all of the houses. It is part of a development. Seems warm enough after being so chilly this morning. Hill Avenue. Sprinkler here. I wouldn't mind getting sprinkled actually, but it missed me. So I'm actually on Metallic, which is the one that'll take me home. But it doesn't go across. And I think I'd rather go down and maybe cross differently than the usual footbridge, so I'll go this way. The lights up there are Albert Street again. From Albert you get Angus Street, Ray Street, Metallic, Robinson. Then it's Cameron and then Garnet, I guess. If you ever need to know, I'll test you later. House for sale. I'd like to move to the neighborhood. There's the phone number. Nice yellow flowers. Oh yes. I always remember this house. Bold choice, the orange entryway. And then the one next to it is interesting too. Would have been ultra modern when it was built. But probably that was built in the 40s, or even the 30s. To avoid the guy with the motorcycle. That's a pretty color. I probably wouldn't choose it, but it's pretty. And the pink door, quite striking. Go down the alley here just to shake things up. And this one doesn't go through, it runs into a garage, but there'll be a left or right, should be able to go. Or both. It's nice when even the alleys have some landscaping done. Not there's any behind our house, but it's nice when other people do it. It's been a much cooler walk if I'd done it first thing this morning. More flowers. Okay. Does this go both directions? Looks like it. Triple car garage. And another 3-car garage next to it. This is McCallum. Somewhat busier street as well. I'll have to hopefully keep my eyes open both ways. Seems to be fine. We're just 1 block off Albert now, down there. Big old house, not a single family place anymore, I don't think. Certainly for a long time it wasn't. It says the Frederick, so I would assume there are apartments in there or something now. At one time it was kind of a group home. I'd have to look it up in my book, Historic Walks of Regina and Moose Jaw, to be more precise. A pretty entryway with the trees and the flowers. Nice and shaded too, I appreciate that. And again, why don't I bring water with me when I do these things? It's getting quite dry. 20th Avenue and then Regina Avenue. We'll just go to our right. And take the Albert Street Bridge today, I think. This big one on that corner too. And I like this one, a very classic look that I like. I don't know what you call it, but I like that symmetrical look with the shutters. Good sized one too. Lots of pretty and interesting designs down here. And I still like the looks of the older houses more than I do these new ultra-modern ones. Probably reflects my age. But I don't think entirely. I just think they're more interesting to look at than a box. It's a big one on that corner too. An interesting fence. So this is Regina Avenue. Just take a block over to the right and that'll take us to the bridge. Nice landscaping around here too on this one. I appreciate places like this. Never owned one. Not sure I would manage the upkeep very well. Guess we better cross at the light, probably safer. So there's the front of that one. I've been in this one on the corner. It's all one story, but very nice inside. I have to wait for the light. This is going to change just about the time I get to the intersection. It's at a Christmas party in there, if I remember right. Of course, the other option would be to cross, but then I just have to cross again at the next light. Still, no. Yeah, sure. Since it's open, I'll take it. Won't cross on the bridge after all. We'll go down by the lake just for the last leg here. Well, see, well, it doesn't warn you he's coming. I expect to walk around the bridge on Friday. My timing may be different though, so it might be later in the day than usual, which will be different. Different lighting anyway. There's the aeration fountain over there. And next week I'm totally walking the other direction. I wish I'd done it already just as a silent protest. Wonder if there'll be any pelicans under the bridge. There often are. Usually on the other side where the spillway empties into the creek. There's some people walking the other way, good for them. Oh yeah, there's some pelicans right through there. I think fish come down on the spillway, so that's why they like to gather there. Now, I'd love to go through the tunnel, but I can't. I do know, though, that it's being entirely painted. I wondered about that when I went through a couple of weeks ago and saw that this end of it had a mural. They're filling the entire interior with a mural, which is cool. And hopefully will discourage the vandals from putting graffiti in there. If anything, discourages them because they're annoying little twits. I've always thought that the way to deal with it is if you catch somebody doing graffiti, you destroy something of theirs. They have a favorite jacket, you rip the sleeves off. They have a favorite something, you deface it. Spray paint it. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. I think there is a place for that kind of justice. when it comes to graffiti, I think it might be one of the places I would support it. And I know what Tevye says. The fiddler on the roof. Oh, eventually the whole world is blind and toothless. You can see some painting down there as they're working on the tunnel. So a couple more blocks. This will have been just about an hour walk, so it seems like it might be longer, but it actually has come out just about the same as all of them do. Or it will, at least. Go around the corner, through the alley, onto Angus Crescent, and home sweet home. Now the question is, did I beat Alice home? Or did she get her appointment and get home before I even got here? It's quite possible. Leopold Crescent. Davin School straight ahead. Well, I don't see the car, so I would say I did beat Alice home. And that's just about it. Yep, just under an hour. Thought it would be over an hour, so it's amazing, really. Sometimes I surprise myself how far you can walk. All right, that's it for today. Thanks for coming with me, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.